Hey, what's up mga idol at kabayan? Welcome back ulit sa ating channel. For today's video mga idol, panoorin natin tong video galing kay Nukes Top 5. Sa mga di po nakasubscribe mga idol, Nukes Top 5 po, pakisubscribe. Na kung saan pinamagatang Top 5 Scary Ghost Videos that make you cry for daddy. At kung gusto mo ng mga ganitong content mga idol, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, pakipindot yung notification bell at piliin mo yung all upang maging updated. Susunod nating upload. Huwag rin kalimutang i-like, i-share at mag-comment regarding sa topic na ating pinanood mga idol. At kabayan, lahat ng ating video na i-upload is mga reaction video patungkol sa mga kababalaghan na nangyari sa ating kapaligiran. Tara, ating panoorin ang buong video.
The Witching Board. Popular paranormal live streamer Ricky Velasquez and his wife Liz traveled to an allegedly haunted house somewhere out in the middle of nowhere in Mexico. Now apparently the story of this place is truly dark and disturbing, because Ricky will only mention that the house was once home to an extremely large family named Hernandez. Apparently some tragic and unspeakable event occurred at the Hernandez home, and most of the family, including many women and children, lost their lives. Now, whatever did happen, apparently it was so horrific that many people still leave candles at the house to pay their respects to this day. So after exploring the downstairs, Ricky and Liz head up to the second floor. And that's when they begin to experience something that makes their blood run cold. Ricky is broadcasting their exploration live on YouTube. And as he reads comments from his live stream audience, this happens.
¿Fuiste tú? No, man.
Uy, ano yun?
Ay, güey.
Ano yung tunog na yun?
Bebé, háblale tú. No sé.
Hola.
No, man.
Ayan.
¿Qué?
Escucho algo.
¿Fuiste tú?
No, escucho algo.
The couple hears very strange sounds from somewhere on the top floor. Banging, moaning, and even what sounds like the voice of a young child.
No, man.
So now, in an attempt to make contact with the dead, Ricky and Liz decide to use a Ouija board.
Kung ano yan, oh.
And as you might have guessed, it did not go well. During the Ouija board session, the couple continues to hear disturbing sounds coming from the house. Then something happens that absolutely scares the shit out of them.
¿Estás aquí con nosotros?
Ano yun? Uy, putik na yan, ano yun? Lala, ano yun?
Liz, muérete de aquí.
Ano yung balay?
Muérete. Muérete.
Kita niyo yan, sumisilip sa Damitan mga idol.
Vamos.
While using the Ouija board, Liz asks, "Are you here with us?" To which a terrifying little voice replies, "Yes." Ricky believes that he hears the voice coming from right behind him. So he looks through a clothing rack that is nearby and sees the horrifying, deathly pale face of a woman.
Putik na yan.
The couple has had enough and they just run out of there as fast as they can. Now, keep in mind that all of this was broadcast live on YouTube. So whether it's real or not, it would have been much harder to fake. But whether it is real or fake, the footage is definitely very creepy. But if you want to take a look at the video for yourself, you can watch this entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Ricky Velasquez. Get me out of here. A group of friends are having a great time in Torreon, Mexico when they decide to go on a very popular tourist attraction, the Cristo de la Noas cable car ride. The cable car...
Ayan mga idol ha, kung nakaabot ka sa video na ito, huwag kalimutang mag-comment kung taga saan po kayo para malaman natin kung saan nakarating ang reaction video natin ngayon mga idol at kabayan.
Provides beautiful scenery of the city as it transports tourists up the mountain and through the streets of Torreon. With such a spectacular bird's eye view of the city, the group of friends can't help but take a video to capture the moment. But what happens on this particular ride is very disturbing.
Mándale saludos a Robert que está allá para acá. ¿Estás transmitiendo, amigo? Sí.
Está transmitiendo.
¿Quién está ahorita? ¿Sí oyeron? Una niña que se siente sola. No, una niña.
Oiga, no manches.
What sounds like the voice of a little girl can be heard screaming in terror, and the group has no idea where the voice is coming from. Now, after the video was shared on Facebook, many shocked viewers believe they hear the girl say, quote, "Get me out of here. I feel alone."
Está transmitiendo.
¿Quién está ahorita?
But unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. So if you do, please let me know what you think the girl is saying down in the comments. Did the group accidentally capture a paranormal event on camera? You decide.
Está transmitiendo.
¿Quién está ahorita?
We need scary videos. So if you see a scary video that you think would be great on the top 5, email us at nukestop5@gmail.com. 7 days. Popular Japanese paranormal investigators Tomo and Hiro from the YouTube channel Omagatoki Film are contacted by a desperate landlord of an allegedly haunted apartment. The landlord claims that just over 10 years ago, a family of 3 rented the apartment. One night, the father had an unexplained psychotic break and took the lives of his wife and child inside the apartment. Their bodies were found hidden in the closet. The father went on the run, and he was never found. Since the horrific incident, the owner finds it impossible to get tenants to stay in the apartment for more than a week. He says that within 7 days, all of them abruptly decide to just move out. So the landlord challenges the Omagatoki team to live in the apartment for 1 week to figure out just what it is about the property that causes tenants to refuse to stay. Investigator Tomo accepts the challenge and decides to live in the apartment alone for 7 days. A static camera records Tomo as he sleeps and spends time in the bedroom, where the tragedy took place 10 years earlier.
チャレンジ1日目、さっきまでね、ヒロ君と一緒にいたんで、そんなに感じなかったんですけど、やっぱりね、一人ぼっちになっちゃうと嫌な空気はありますよね。周り何もないんで、本当に奥の方な物件なんでね、本当何かあったら本当どうしようみたいな感じはあるんですけど、まあね、動画的に微妙ですけど、7日間何もなく無事に過ごせればいいかなと思うんですけどね。いやどうでしょう。特にやることもなくてちょっと眠くなってきたんで、もう初日はこんな感じで見ようと思います。
Tomo spends the first 2 nights and nothing really happens. But on the 3rd night, at around midnight, Tomo notices something very odd in the bathroom.
いやなんかさっき見て、あれなんか人影に見えないっすね。さっきめちゃくちゃビビって外確認しに行ったんですよ。で確認にもないんですよね。 しいよ。なんでだ、なんだろう。
A strange shadow can be seen in the window, but Tomo can't find anything outside that could be casting the unexplained shadow. Then the next night, night number 4, and things get a bit weirder.
トイレに行こうと思って気づいたんですけど、昨日フロアのすりガラスのところになんか影みたいなのあったじゃないですか。で、ないっすよね。昨日もっと影みたいなの映ってるような気がするんだけどな。おかしいよ。なんだったんだろう。
The shadow from the night before has now disappeared as mysteriously as it came. But when Tomo goes to bed, he's disturbed several times while trying to sleep, as he keeps getting the eerie feeling that someone is in the room with him, standing near the closet. Cut to nights 5 and 6, and now Tomo starts to complain that he hasn't been able to sleep as he keeps hearing unexplained footsteps, and even more terrifying, the unexplained mumbling voice of a woman. Now it's day 7. Tomo is exhausted and considers quitting the 7-day challenge and just going home, even though there's only 1 day left. Eventually, he decides that he can tough it out and stays for the 7th and final night. The investigator wakes up the next day refreshed and happy. He says he finally got a great night's sleep in the apartment.
お疲れ様です。今急遽トモさんに来てもらいました。トモさんは昨日の夜の出来事なんですけど、最終日、本当に何も覚えてないんですか？特に夢だとかうなされたとかっていうこともないんですか？
いや、なんかね、一番ぐっすり寝るかな。朝まで多分ずっと寝てたと思う。
本当に何も変わったことは何もなかったんですね。
そうだね、全然何も。昨日は怖い夢も見てないしね。何もなかったと思うけど。
わかりました。
And this is when things get weird. While Tomo is at work, Hiro goes through the footage that was recorded on the final night of the challenge. What he finds leaves him speechless, because something did happen that night. Something that Tomo has no recollection of. Something truly chilling.
Kinabutan ako. Wait. Ano yan?
In the video, Tomo seems completely out of it as he grabs the camera and sits in front of the closet. The video footage begins to glitch as Tomo creepily smiles at the camera and then inexplicably seems to just start crying. The footage begins to glitch and loop, repeating over and over as the terrifying face of a woman seems to peer out at the camera from inside the closet. Tomo says he doesn't remember anything about the incident, and until seeing the bizarre footage, he believed that he had slept soundly throughout the night. So could it be that the investigator captured the spirit of the woman whose life was taken inside the bedroom? The woman whose body was found inside this same closet? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire 2-part investigation and many more scary videos over on the YouTube channel, Omega Toki Film. Into the Woods. So it's another week and another mysterious video. This time I was emailed about a very old video without a source that's been making the rounds on social media. In the video, a group of friends are camping in the middle of the forest. Late into the night, they start to hear strange sounds coming from the dark woods. Now, in what is probably a terrible decision, they decide to grab their flashlights and go to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling. As they search for the source of the creepy sounds, the group spots what appears to be some kind of creature with glowing eyes hiding in the tree line. Shocked online viewers have pointed out that even with the potato quality old video, you can still see that the strange unidentified creature actually appears to blink before it runs off into the woods, adding just a tiny bit more credibility to this very odd footage. But without a source, once again, we'll never know the full story on this old video. So is it real or just an elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. Getting your foot in the door. Now, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know that I've featured a ton of Saudi door-kicking ghost hunters. These include Adventure Allah, Yaza 1200, Abdullah Al-Anbari, and the guy we'll be focusing on in this video, Adventure Jassim. Now, if you're not familiar with the Saudi ghost hunters I've featured, then here's a quick tutorial. Number 1, they love hunting jinns.
إذا في جن يا جن.
Ayan mga idol salamat sa inyong panonood. At sa muli mga idol abangan nyo yung mga susunod nating upload na kung saan nakakatakot din mga kababalaghan mga idol. At sa muli ito si Idol Brian na nagsabing God bless and more power, babu.